Nikon Z6, meet Nikon's full-frame mirrorless all-rounder. You wait weeks, months or even years for Nikon to come out with a full-frame mirrorless model, and then to arrive at once. While the headlines might belong to the Nikon Z7, Nikon also announced the Z6, a more affordable version of its new mirrorless model that's designed to be more of an all-rounder in the vein of Sony's excellent A7 III. Outwardly, both cameras use exactly the same body and design, but internally there are a few key differences on the Z6, including a lower resolution sensor, higher ISO range, faster frame rate, and fewer autofocus points. Promisingly, the Nikon Z7 performed superbly in our tests, far surpassing our expectations, if not our hopes, for a first-generation mirrorless camera from the DSLR stalwart. Can the Z6 repeat its success when it goes on sale in late November 2018? Here are our first impressions from the launch event. The Z6 uses the exact same body design as its Z7 sibling. This means you've essentially got a downsized DSLR, with a spread of buttons and dials which are designed to feel extremely familiar in the hands of existing Nikon fans. There's a deep and chunky grip, with large, well-spaced buttons that feel significantly less cramped than the buttons you'll find on Sony's A7 range of cameras. On the top of the camera you've got a simple mode dial, with the usual array of shooting modes, including fully automatic for those just taking their first steps into full-frame shooting, plus a dual dial setup which can be used for adjusting shutter speed and aperture. There's also a handy display screen on the top plate, which shows you all the key settings you've got engaged, including shutter speed, ISO and battery life. Flip to the back of the camera and you'll see that most of the buttons are found on the right-hand side, making it nice and swift to adjust settings with just the one thumb. Again, it'll be nice and familiar to existing Nikon DSLR owners, with controls including an iPhone button, 4-way navigational pad, and a joystick, which you can use to move the focus point around the scene. Flip open the memory card flap and try to contain your disappointment that there's just one card slot here. Try to contain it even further when you realize that it's an XQD slot. An XQD card is faster than an SD card, with Nikon keen to give you the best possible performance when it comes to shooting at 12 FPS. Only having one card is perhaps less likely to cause great consternation in the Z6 than the Z7, but anyone who likes to back up things just in case better think of an alternative solution.